Got me feeling like I'm academics. Can't ride no wave.
That was on Iceman, explained by me. Let's go. There's so many people dissed on this album. We just gonna start with the owner of TDE himself, Anthony Top Dawg Tiffith, on the song Make Them Cry.
Random intrusive thought, but what happened to Taz's Angels?
So Drake says, what happened to Taz's Angels? Now, Taz's Angel, a former modeling agency who got caught up in some crimes.
The FBI raided their...
Oh, I know this one off the top of my head. So Taz's Angel was a bunch of like slurs that were getting piped out by everybody in the industry. I'm gonna give you anyway, one of these chicks ends up being the girl who's crying over Young Thug on the phone. Yeah, I want Thug. I don't want nobody else. Her name was Lena Syed. Lena Syed Thug. While just to show you the level of slorism we're talking about, when she was engaged to marry to Devin Haney, one of the world's best boxers in the world, she was calling Young Thug up on a jail call with teary eyes saying, I don't want nobody but you, Jeffrey. Look, Jeffrey, look. You know, look. Why is it muted?
I don't like anyone.
Did they mute it?
You. I don't like them.
So Young Thug sent his lawyer, I definitely know that, to like, wait, never mind, I'm muted. Wait, am I? Wait, why can't I hear myself? Oh, I gotta hit the sound thingy. I fucked up. How did I can't hear myself? Oh, you can hear it? My bad. Do. Speakers. What? Why didn't I hear it? Hold on. Yeah, you know, these girls are professional actors, you know, like, you know. So she showed us true colors years later. She's married to Devin Haney, or about to be married. She's crying over she's crying over Young Thug's penis. Like, yo, come on, like, this is disgusting. I'm glad he divorced her, but like that type of slorism behavior was always in their nature. And they were known to just fuck the entire rap game. So her aside, there was another one that, you know, after she kind of allegedly got ran through, you know, there's always somebody to save him. So the guy who y'all know as TD owner, Top Dawg, he saved one of them, right? So basically, after, you know, the escort group allegedly kind of breaks up, Anthony Tiffith, he wifes up one of them. I think her name was Ashley something. Let's just type in his name. And what's the group called again? Taz Angels. He wifes up one of them, and she makes some nasty accusations about him. The one he wifed up was Ashley Martell. So let's just kind of keep Googling. I'm going to show you the history. So the TDE dude wifes up the escort, and when he wifes her up, Top Dawg, she later comes out and claims that he beat the brakes off of her. Right now, keep in mind, Kendrick is the allegations guy. You know what I mean? You got a weird case. Why he around? Well, this was Drake in a very subtle way, showing that Kendrick is all but not a hypocrite. He's just a hypocrite, basically, right? So anyway, this is her back in the day. This is 2019. She said he's a liar, cheater, and abuser. And then she also dropped some pictures. You know, this is like, you know, a little eye jammy. You know. Unfortunately, Top Dawg gave her the squabble up. Squabble up. Yeah. Top Dawg gave it a no. I'm not. It's not a joke. It's actually not funny. That's very heinous. And I don't know if he ever addressed the situation. But he gave her the squabble up. It was not good. Kendrick, never heard of this, because if he did, he'd be rapping about Top Dawg as well. But he never heard about this one. So, you know, Drake is kind of bringing it to light to let him know that, like, yo, did you hear about your guy? Giving Ashley Martell, like the former Taz Angel girl, the squabble up treatment. There's much more pictures. There's much more pictures. Let me see if I could. Trigger warning. I just want to remind y'all. Trigger warning. Yo, you know, they say Top Dawg, you know, he packed a punch, literally, on some Call of Duty shit. He was pack a punch. And, you know, he gave her some bruising. You know, she later went on to date, what do you call it again? Rest in peace to, what's homie's name again? Irv Gotti. She went on to date Irv Gotti, but either in between that or after, I can't remember when it was, Top Dawg caught her, bruised her up. You know what I mean? You know, I don't know what she did. Like, not that it matters, but, you know, Top Dawg supposedly, you know, put hands. Not too sure if he put feet, but definitely put them paws on her. She was acting up according to, you know, the TDE lore. And, yeah. So, you know, apparently she had caught him cheating. You know, he blacked her eye real quick. Holy. I think they've tried to scrub it from the internet. Let's see if we can find it. Yeah. Damn. Looked like some shit that Jake Paul would have got through a real fight, huh? Yeah, anyway, it's kind of, yeah.
Ashley Martell has surfaced where she's claiming the hip hop mogul.
By the way,
Ashley,
shout out to, you know, well-reputed journalists out there in California. We got Dejan Paul. He used to work very closely and be one of the affiliates to TDE until they realized they couldn't control him. He's an independent soul. They couldn't control his voice. And also, they were crazy homophobic, despite one of their artists being, you know, possibly of that ilk in terms of, I think Isaiah Rashad is homosexual. They treated him like garbage and dirt, and they tossed him out, and now he's speaking about, they were chastising him if he ever criticized TDE because, you know, the weird cases could only get criticized when they come from elsewhere, but now when it comes from TDE is allowed to have the weird cases. Everybody knows that. So when he went off script and he tried to like question or even bring some type of, hey, what's going on with this weird case that Kendrick would normally say, they got him out of there. He's lucky he didn't catch what Ashley Martell caught, which was like a little eye jammy. But just to let you know, he did give a breakdown of what happened with Kendrick's former boss, Top Dawg, and a woman named Ashley Martell. Check this out.
Ashley Martell has surfaced where she's claiming the hip hop mogul and TDE label owner physically abused her. She even shared photographic evidence after making a tweet alleging the physical abuse. For those of you who don't know, Ashley Martell is a popular internet personality and model who is best known for being a part of Taz Angels. She has over 1 million followers on Instagram. She's pretty viral. And so I'm surprised that no other hip hop media platforms, especially the one on the West Coast, have covered this topic at all. But anyways, so on July 19th, Ashley tweeted, liar, cheater, and abuser, and tagged Top Dawg's personal Twitter. I think his personal Twitter is like Ed Danger, Root, Powwow, whatever that means. He clearly...
Now, I've been hearing, like, you know, I try to do a little digging around, you know, try to keep it all journalistic and everything. With, like, TD, what they said that technically, nobody gives a damn about Shorty getting her eye blacked and bruised up like this, because there was no case. So it's only if you get a case. It's all about the case. Who cares if you beat up the chick? It's just about the weird case. So there was no case. So, you know, no case, no face, I guess. I don't know what the fuck. So shout out to TDE, you know what I mean? Beautiful things going on over there. I wonder if Kendrick think they should keep the family away from this. Nah. Kendrick probably, right? Nah. Anyway, let's keep it going. All right. Drake got them bars, huh? Okay, let's get to the breakdown.
Their mansion in Miami, there was allegations of sex working.
But Drake admittedly makes a very off-ball reference to them, like, yo, what happened to those people? And it almost seems innocent until you dig a little deeper. One of the former Taz Angels, her name was Ashley Martell, and she had formerly accused Anthony Top Dawg Tiffith, the CEO of TDE, of abuse. So here's a photo of her battered eye. I'll kind of censor that out just to be safe for YouTube. But yeah,
squabble up shit, man. That's that squabble up shit.
Photo of her battered eye. I'll kind of censor that out just to be safe for YouTube. But yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence that Drake randomly mentions Taz Angels when one of the former models, who's still pretty Instagram famous at this point, formerly accused Top Dawg of abuse. Hey y'all, I am a one-man show. I record, edit the video myself, create the thought. Here they said you have an album. Kendrick does help a bunch. Thanks so much. Back to the video. So obviously on this Iceman album, Kendrick Lamar caught a bunch of strays.
Did he? What was the year they said you had?
On the song Dust, Drake says, what was the year they said you had slaps? Because I don't remember it going like that.
Since 2009, I had this bitch jumping.
This
I like to defend Kendrick on this a little bit. Was Kendrick talking about hit song? Like, Kendrick has never been like the hit song guy, bro. Kendrick was just like, I think he had some motion, but like, this is why I think the culture fails. We should have never compared Drake to Kendrick Lamar. Like, Kendrick Lamar can't even tie his shoelace. Like, when I think Kendrick says, since 2009, I've been had this shit jumping, I think he's talking about, he was doing his little squabble up. Like, he was doing that type of shit. People were liking it. Like, people were liking it. In 2009, he was underground, but like, he had a little movement. He didn't have a hit song. Like, Kendrick probably got like, no, he got a good amount of hit song. But he's not a hit maker like that. So, like, Drake kind of dissing him for not making hits. Like, the guy don't make hits in my book. He makes some good songs sometimes, but not hits.
This appears to be Drake referencing Kendrick's bar on Not Like Us. Drake is directly questioning that. Like, 2009, I don't remember you being popping in that year, Kendrick.
Let's go.
Drake will go on to say, I don't remember one word of your raps. I don't know nothing about you on them tracks. Now, as you can imagine, Kendrick Lamar caught most of the disses on this Iceman album. On Whisper My Name, Drake's
My white label had to go white label shit when they stepped out his body. And
My white label had to go white label when he stepped out his body and finally got hot. So even in these disses towards Kendrick Lamar, Drake is saying, you did well. Like, you got hot. Like, I'll give you your props. But here, Drake takes aim at his label, UMG, his white label, white-owned label, saying they went white label. Now, if we dig just a little bit deeper into the meaning of white label, a white label is a product or service that's made by one company and then rebranded and sold by a different company under their own name. So it seems like Drake is looking at Kendrick like, hey, UMG hand selected you to replace me. And that's the only reason you got hot. White label. On the song Whisper My Name, Drake says,
This ain't fixed.
This ain't fixable smoke when you see us.
This ain't fixable smoke when you see us. I'll sit in with Farrakhan.
It's like the bag that you bring on the plane. It's gonna carry on.
So Minister Farrakhan has infamously squashed a lot of hip hop beefs. He would make certain rappers, certain entertainers, black entertainers come and meet with him to squash whatever public issues they had together. Drake is saying, not even sitting with Farrakhan is going to help that. Like, this is something that we're going to carry on forever between us. So maybe one of the more direct shots towards Kendrick on Iceman was on the song Janice STFU.
White kids listen to you because they feel some guilt, and that's how your soul gets fulfilled.
So here, Drake is jamming at Kendrick's fan base. What we saw at the pop-out show was a lot of non-black kids, a lot of white.
I went to the nigga show. Is a lot of white people. Now, I seen like, this is why you can't listen to some of these guys do reviews, because they were like trying to act like they were confused by this. Let me be honest with you. Listen, it's nothing wrong with white people listening to music. Drake has a lot of white people that listen to his music too. The point that niggas is making is that, that white guy, it's like Rosenberg. He wants to act like he identified with black stuff so much, like he's almost black. No, you're not, my dude. Like, half the time you're just pandering. And a lot of Kendrick fans, they'll be white dudes, but they in mentality, they're the most pro-black. And that is not off of like, some necessity. Most of that is just white guilt. We see a bunch of liberal white dudes who like, they're obsessed with black culture. And it's more than just enjoying it. They're just almost apologizing the whole time. And I didn't think that was a hard concept to grasp. Right? I think white dudes who listen to Drake, bro, they just like music. I think all right, let me say it in a more succinct way, because I know they're going to clip it. Clip this. When you meet a white boy that listens to Kendrick, he's mad pro-black. Like, it's not just that he's like, I like the music. He is almost he identifies more with the message than just the music. If you find a white kid that listens to Drake, he just likes the bops. Yo, he goes out, he goes to the club, he wants to listen to some dope shit. He's with his bitch broke his heart. He wants to listen to his cool shit. It's not about like, oh, I'm white and you're black. The majority, if you've ever, anytime I've debated or every time you've seen a Kendrick fan that's white debate, they're always, go look back at this. We've seen it with the Stop. Look, the Stop. I think they're the one, they're the Joe Budden breakdown channel guys. So, all right. They did some shit where there was a Drake fan debate or some shit like that. Let's see, Drake. All right. So when you go here, I think this is it right here.
How many?
Look, chat, look. This exactly epitomizes what Drake is saying. We don't even got to talk after this. This is how all Kendrick fans look. Like losers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Now, watch when they get to the white dude. The white dude is always going to be talking the dumbest shit because he feels he got to overcompensate. And that's what white guilt is. Let's find white dude. You're going to see, he's going to like basically talk a bunch of nonsense damn near. Look. And this is every white Kendrick fan. Everyone. Not one is just like, oh no, I just like the songs for when I'm out. No, because a lot of Kendrick's music is about issues and has that shit about like this black culture. So if you're a white dude that's obsessive with it, yeah, look, all right, here we go. Yeah, this guy's like, look, chat, please. You guys got to listen to this. Look,
would go over to and pick up those freaky.
Obviously,
look. Every white Kendrick fan is like this guy. This is why they say white guilt. Like a white Drake fan, he just wants to like look at Johnny Manziel. He just wants to have the bops. He want the bitches. He want to have fun. A white Kendrick fan, this is them.
I'm white. I do hip hop. I do comedy and everything. So I think the culture vulture is
the white guy wants to tell the black guy about culture vulture. You see what I'm saying? The white guys that listen to Kendrick is white guilt because everything they usually talk about hip hop or Kendrick is always super duper race related. And then they start to take the side of you're not black enough if you don't agree with them and they're white and they're agreeing with Kendrick. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Based on perception, but ultimately it shows itself in the end. So what I would say and this is like my ode to black people. I don't
see, cop and please. That's white guilt. This is my ode to black people. White guilt. Exactly what he's talking about. Exactly what Drake is talking about.
I don't know why black people have accepted me or been cool to me.
Yeah, I don't know why black people have accepted me or cool. White guilt.
My life or defended me at times when white people didn't, or
I don't know why black people defend me while white people didn't. White guilt
when white people didn't. So I'm always going to be love. I'm always going to try to help. I can't say that I'm an ally or be like one of those liberal fakes because it's
they're talking about allies and shit. Like, bro, if you a white dude and you listen to Drake and you like Drake, you don't need to you don't need to like declare yourself as an ally. Bruv, you just declare yourself as this music is a bop. That's the problem. When white people like Kendrick shit, it's like they're making a political argument. No, I love people. I love black people. They're owed. This is the ode to them. And shut up. If you white, you like Drake. You know what I mean? Just finish the lines. Tell me what's really going on. Like that's all you gotta do. We like good music. They're over here like they're trying to like start a march. Fuck they got going on.
I am who I am. I'm going to be real. It's going to come with love. And if I ever succeed in any type of black platform,
Do you hear this shit? This is like Jeremy Hecht. This is the fucking dweeb that's on Ebro's show. This is, what's the guy named? The melon head guy. Like, this is like all of them in one.
My money's going to black mental health.
If I ever win in black culture, send my money to black mental health and black this white guilt, you fucking idiot.
And education, because they just know at the end of the day, I just want.
And I had to correct it in the way that I did because I don't want people to act like white people not part of this hip hop shit in the conversation. Bruv, it's one thing you like music and you're a white guy and you're fucking jamming and you might be like, nah, Drake rap like this. But majority of Kendrick fans that are white, they're always not leading with how great he is as a musician. They're leading with white guilt to try to be like, nah, Kendrick's so great. He's so dope. He always talk about black people getting oppressed. Brother, you're white. Why are you telling us this? It's my white guilt coming out. Yeah, get out of here, bruv.
a better life for myself. And just weirdly in the cosmos, I've tried to be accepted by white people. I went down the whole
Yo, this is the guy who, bruv.
line, everything. I ended up in jail and shit. So
No, sorry to hear that, bro.
but it's like, it's crazy, like false charges and shit. I walked straight through jail. The black dudes, they tapped me like, yo, you're with us. Like,
Oh, man. Yeah, this nigga's sob story. The black dudes tapped me in jail. You're with us. Chat, you see what Drake is talking about, bro? Like, I don't even got to play the rest of that, man. Let's go. Like, y'all know what we talk about now.
White kids, which is kind of the reverse of how Kendrick portrays it in his music. The culture, black culture, this and that. I mean, I'm just giving you guys Drake's perspective here. And Drake is saying those white kids that are there, they're not even there because they like your music like that. They're there to help fulfill this white guilt because they get to listen to you rap about the black plight and things of that.
Handing out turkeys on camera inside your hood.
And here Drake tries to point out some type of hypocrisy, saying you hand out turkeys on camera in your hood. So you're handing out turkeys in Compton for these holiday giveaways, which you're doing it on camera, so it's fake, right? You're not doing it out the kindness of your heart. You're doing it for public relations, for PR. Then you go back to the hills, which is like the rich part of LA.
How many houses you build?
Drake is attempting to point out some type of hypocrisy within Kendrick. Drake seems to believe that Kendrick portrays himself as some sort of savior who's gonna, help people and save the hood. So Drake is saying like, okay, where are the results of that? On Shebang, Drake says,
Don't even recognize none of these names at the top of the charts. I look.
And as of the week that Iceman came out, there are very few hip hop records in the charts. In that same verse, Drake goes on to say,
Last one you dropped was shit. I did press play on that hoe. Mid, skip.
It was mid. I skipped a lot of records. He's talking about GNX. So
now, I could be honest. GNX was, it was better than the weed play they put out before. That was terrible. What was that shit? Mr. Morale? Terrible. GNX was cool, though. I'm not going to shit on the album and say it was whack. It was, like, it's not no classic. It ain't no fucking Iceman, but, like, it wasn't whack. I'm going to be honest.
He's doing a critical breakdown of GNX. It's mid, there's a lot of skips. The album wasn't that good, he's saying. Thus is why I don't recognize any names currently on the Billboard charts.
And now they got a new GOAT and we got to test the position.
So this is from the song Make Them Pay. Drake says, we got a new GOAT. We got to test the position. He's talking about Kendrick. Apparently you're the new GOAT. You replaced me, allegedly, because of the Not Like Us. This is what people say. So you replaced me. All right, so let's test it.
Who is this guy for real? I guess a magician. 100 million streams vanished. No one got questions for niggas.
So he's looking at Kendrick like, okay, so you're supposed to be the new GOAT. You're supposed to be the guy now that you took me down. But we don't see you, right? Like a magician. He vanishes. He doesn't drop music. He disappears. Facts. Like a musician pulling a rabbit out the hat. Oh, and plus those streams. There's this whole allegation that Kendrick and other TDE artists were botting streams and they lost millions upon millions of streams when Spotify did a bot purge. He says no one got questions for these guys. And to Drake's credit, it's hard to tell if that allegation is even true because no one asks directly about that specific allegation. Punch, the president of TDE, he did go on a Joe Budden podcast and Joe Budden asked him, but not about the 100 million streams directly. Joe Budden asked Punch, do you bot streams? Which of course everyone would say no because botting streams is against pretty much every streaming service's terms of service. So no one is going to come out and admit, oh yeah, we bot streams, right? You get your music taken off services. But the specific point of 100 million streams allegedly vanishing, to Drake's credit, no one asks about this.
We gotta dip out of 6, run out of 6, just like it did.
So this bar from National Treasure is referencing Kendrick going to Toronto and performing Not Like Us.
I saw Canadian fans wearing shirts that said Canadian.
Now, by the way, you're gonna hear that TPS. Let me see. I think there's videos of police outside of Drake's crib. Oh, here we go. It's a TPS insured. I don't know if I thought we had a better picture. Anyway, TPS is Toronto Police Service, I believe.
Canadians do not F with Drake.
Everyone came out to see if Kendrick would actually put his foot on the pedal regarding Not Like Us in Drake's hometown. And this is something that Drake is going to reference a couple times on Iceman. Yeah, he came to Toronto the 6th and he performed these records, but he bolted out of there quickly. There are videos of Kendrick having like a 20, 30 plus police escort. Once he was finished with the show, he got out of Toronto immediately with a police escort straight to the airport. Now, obviously, I think that's the smart thing to do. I think the smart thing to do would have not to go into Toronto to begin with. But yeah, if you're going to go there, don't hang around.
Why was TPS at my crib until you boy slid? It is what it is.
And then Drake goes on to say, why was TPS, which is like Toronto's police department, why were they at my crib, at my house, posted, watching me until y'all finished your show? So Drake is accusing Kendrick of having the police sit there and watch his house until he got out of Toronto. Is it true? I don't know. But this is what Drake is saying.
All these want a head tap. I did more damage off a body blow.
On the same song, National Treasures, Drake says, all these dudes want a head tap, but I did more off a body blow. So this appears to be referencing Euphoria.
Headshot for the year. You better walk around like Daft Punk.
Where Kendrick says, headshot for the year. Y'all better walk around like Daft Punk. Drake is saying like, yeah, all y'all want the headshot. You want the head tap. But I'm doing more damage to you just off the body blow. Little boxing reference.
I'm fighting a man, I suing a rapper, you boys not listening.
So this bar is from Bees on the Table. It's alluding to Drake's lawsuit with UMG, where a lot of people kind of see the lawsuit as suing Kendrick for Not Like Us. But in order to not sue Kendrick directly, he's just going to sue UMG over defamation. Drake is clearing that up. For everyone who thinks like that, I'm fighting the man. The man, like, is a term for the industry, the oligarchs. Like, yo, I'm fighting the man. It's not about Kendrick.
I'm back in your city tonight, walking around my head high.
Okay. Here, Drake is saying, hey, I'm in LA. I'm all throughout California, Southern California, with my head high. Meanwhile, when Kendrick was in Toronto, he got up out of there quickly. Again, this is something that Drake references a couple times on Iceman. The fact that, yeah, Kendrick came to Toronto, but left quickly with a huge police escort. And he's kind of jabbing him over that.
I'm gonna show you what to do, little. Hey, I'm gonna show you what to do, little boy.
This is from Too Hard for the Radio. So this is Drake's attempt at the West.
No, that song's fire. That song fire.
West Coast record, but instead of going for the LA sound like we heard on Not Like Us, Drake goes for the Bay Area sound. I mean, and even the LA sound, it's still pretty influenced by the Bay Area. Drake has short jokes for Kendrick for days, so you'll often hear him call him little boy, little guy, this and that.
You put that jacket on anybody, your funeral bound.
And on the song Make Them Remember, this is where a huge percentage of the disses from Iceman are on. This on this one song. Drake is talking about having this pedo jacket put on him.
A booster seat for your sales, analyze what you tell.
He's still making short jokes. Hey, a booster seat for your sales. Basically saying, oh, you're making pedo jokes to...
Wait, this was, what song was that again?
Days. So you'll often hear him call him little boy, little guy, this and that.
You put that jacket on anybody, your funeral bound.
And on the song Make Them Remember, this is where a huge percentage of the disses from Iceman are on. This on this one song. Drake is talking about having this pedo jacket put on him.
A booster seat for your sales, analyze what you tell.
He's still making short jokes. Hey, a booster seat for your sales. Basically saying, oh, you're making pedo jokes to boost your sales. That's kind of like a low life thing to do. And it's also a short joke, you know, booster seats, car seats. Basically saying Kendrick Lamar is so small, he should be sitting in the booster seat.
And all summer pedal bars going #1, and yet y'all trying to tell me who's grooming who.
You can see here Drake is referencing Not Like Us again, saying y'all was riding all summer to pedo bars to a song calling the guy a pedo. Yet I'm supposed to be the groomer. Like he's trying to turn it on the audience here.
A Billboard #1, man, whoop-de-doo. They rigging the game because you fighting the biggest artist.
So Drake is still holding true to this point that the industry is being rigged against us. So he's saying, yo, F a Billboard chart, because obviously you need the industry's help to chart that high on Billboard. I think in his heart, Drake kind of knows it's going to be tough because he sees himself as fighting the industry and they're fighting back against him. So he's saying, you know what, F the Billboard charts, they're rigging the game. Then he references one of Kendrick's records, Rigor Mortis.
They trying to have me stuck in this position like rigor mortis.
Now, this is specifically a very interesting diss because I've never heard a rapper dissed in this way.
They only know your name in the bigger markets, never in the little markets.
But not the little markets, not the B markets or the C.
B markets, C markets, all of those is D markets.
C markets, all of those are D markets. D, those are my markets, D for Drake, right? So it's interesting because Drake is saying like, yeah, you're known in the United States, in the UK, and Europe, those big markets. But what about Cambodia? What about Belarus, the Philippines? Drake is kind of bragging on having smaller markets. Usually you'll see that diss flip the other way. Like, yeah, you're only known in small markets. I'm known in big markets. But, you know, Drake flips it the other way.
Plot twist, the owl never sees the cage. The owl only wakes up to see.
Yeah, that just works. It's just harder for fans to comprehend is because, yeah, like Kendrick could come to New York and do well, but could Kendrick go to, I don't know. I mean, I guess he's done an international tour, but I'm guessing it's there's unknown places. Yeah, I guess it is a stretch of a diss because it's hard to understand. Because we now have to think, where do people know Drake that might not know Kendrick? And it would be those very small niche markets that people don't go to constantly, that they might only know a handful of people, and Drake will be one of them.
Now, this bar is directly referencing the Not Like Us music video where Kendrick Lamar has the owl in a cage, owl being OVO's record label logo. And then we have some more direct rebuttals of Not Like Us.
Talking about hiding the Bible, maybe y'all should read a page.
On that song, Kendrick Lamar says,
Beat your ass and hide the Bible if God watching.
Drake literally directly rebuts the line.
Talking about hiding the Bible, maybe y'all should read a page.
Y'all talking about hiding the Bible? Well, you should read a page of it. And Drake goes on to accuse Kendrick of blasphemy.
The blasphemy you talk, let me know that your amazing grace gonna be delayed.
For having iced out crosses.
Iced out crosses on their necks thinking Jesus saves.
Crown of thorns that he wore for performances, portraying Jesus. He's saying like, yo, you're pretty.
I liked how Drake did the approach with this one. So I know some of y'all still have been fascinated with this round 2 thing. I've said before, round 2 is not the battle as you think it is, or think, oh, they're gonna drop diss songs again. So if you ruled out the fact that Drake was gonna like, oh, here's a response track to this, I like how he kind of artfully responded to Kendrick in a lot of things he said on Not Like Us, but he responded in a way where it's not like, oh, we're battling again and this is my diss song, because people used it against him when he was doing a rebuttal, which he did on the Hard Part 6. That was a rebuttal. Now he's basically doing a rebuttal, but in a cool, clever, like artful way. And obviously, like, time has passed, so like the hate is kind of like, dissipated a bit. And in this rebuttal, I think it's perfectly done. Like, no one could be like, oh no, like, oh, he's trying to battle again. Nobody's saying that, and everybody's just like, oh nah, he's kind of giving us like his take. It's kind of like his interview almost, right?
Pretty blasphemous. You're talking about the Bible and all this. Well, you should read it, because if you did, you wouldn't be doing these certain things.
I want to wipe that little smug look right off of your face.
I do think this bar here is very funny, because Drake delivers the bar like he's just still so pissed about it. Like, man, I want to wipe that smug little smile off of your face. I can only assume the smile that Drake is talking about is when Kendrick Lamar was at the Super Bowl halftime show performing Not Like Us, and then he looks right at the camera, says, say, Drake, I hear you like I'm young. The past several bars have been from the same song. So yeah, a lot of disses front loaded on this song.
You boys too like double dates, running out the 6 like you want a race.
You running out the 6 like you run a race. So again, this is one of them references to Kendrick performing Not Like Us in Toronto, getting a police escort right to the airport, right out of Toronto, immediately after the show.
And Muggsy Bogues done for once, even I'm a bit amazed. Yeah, someone get a kid a raise.
So this is probably the most potent diss to Kendrick on this Iceman album. Muggsy Bogues dunked for once, I'm a bit amazed. Yeah, someone give the kid a raise. He knows that Kendrick had a hit record. He knows he lost that battle. He knows what Not Like Us did. So he acknowledges it. Yeah, Kendrick, you got to dunk. But at the same time, he's kind of downplaying it. Like, yeah, Kendrick, you got to dunked, but even Muggsy Bogues dunked. Muggsy Bogues being probably the shortest NBA player of all time. Muggsy Bogues had to be like, what, 5'3", 5'4". So on one hand, it's a short joke.
No way. Was Muggsy Bogues 5'3"? No, he was like 5'7", right? How tall was Muggsy Bogues? Oh, he was 5'3". What the fuck? Imagine him in today's NBA. He was 5'3"? What?
Another short joke, one of many short jokes at Kendrick. But on the other hand, Drake mentions Muggsy Bogues dunking because he's comparing it to Kendrick beating him in a battle. Like, yeah, what you did was an anomaly. It's a statistical anomaly. If we ran that battle back 100 times, Drake is looking at it like, yo, I would win 99 times. What you did was an anomaly, like Muggsy Bogues dunking. But congrats anyway, like you still dunked, right? And then to end the song, Drake goes,
What is it, the braids? Even when I cut them, I can never fade. I mean, it's Drizzy Drake.
He directly rebuttals Euphoria.
You got shit twisted. What is it, the braids?
What is it, the braids? And it's a little wordplay. Even if I cut the braids, I could never fade. You know, fade, haircut, but also I'm still gonna be here much longer than you will. I'm never fading out. I'm never fading away.
And y'all are talking about me having better perspective on life doing DMT.
It's on this song Firm Friends where Drake rebuttals a line from Meet the Grams.
But I suggest some ayahuasca, strip the ego from the bottom.
Kendrick tells him, yo, you should do ayahuasca. Basically, you should do some drug that allows you to self-observe, self-actualize yourself. Drake is actually taking the responsible father route. Basically, I'm out being a great father. Meanwhile, you guys are talking about, oh, I should be doing drugs and DMT. Yo, I don't have time for that. It's an interesting angle to take because Drake has so often been dissed for being, I guess, a bad or an absent father.
You are hiding a child. Let that boy come home. I got a son to raise, but I can see you don't know nothing about that.
But here he takes the opposite route. Like, yo, I'm hanging out with my son. We chilling. We doing cool stuff, but y'all talking about I need to be doing drugs.
I'm going back to Cali. I'm sleeping with death on my mind because of shots that I caught in my time.
Here Drake quotes Biggie, I'm going back to Cali.
I'm going back to Cali.
And LL Cool J, Biggie and LL Cool J both had those
that I caught in my time.
Oh.
Here Drake quotes Biggie. We
What's
chilling,
on
we
this?
doing cool stuff, but y'all talking about I need to be doing drugs.
I'm going back to Cali. I'm sleeping with death on my mind because of shots that I caught in my time.
Here Drake quotes Biggie, I'm going back to Cali.
I'm going back to Cali.
And LL Cool J, Biggie and LL Cool J both had those records, I'm going back to Cali. I thought it would be cool to Drake if he remixed I'm going back to Cali. That would have been dope because that's what Biggie did after his beef with Tupac. He dropped I'm going back to Cali and everybody in Cali loved it. That was like his West Coast record and we loved it, right? But he didn't do that. But he quotes it. He says, I'm back in Cali. I'm sleeping with death on my mind because the shots that I called in my time. Here he gets a little dark. He's like, yeah, I'm back in Cali where Kendrick Lamar is from, but he's thinking death because of what he's done to other people. He feels that the other side might try to do it to him because he's in op land, California op. He probably looks at it as op land, right? And then lastly, on the song Make Them Land, done to where Kendrick Lamar is from, but he's thinking death because of what he's done to where Kendrick Lamar is from, but he's thinking death because of what he's done to other people. He feels that the other side might try to do it to him because he's in op land, California op. He probably looks at it as op land, right? And then lastly, on the song Make Them Know.
How did they say they got classes if it's that you never revisited?
Drake rebuts a line from Euphoria where Kendrick goes,
Yeah, my first one, like my last one, it's a classic.
next
You don't have
rapper
one.
to catch shots on Iceman is none other than the last third of the big three, J. Cole.
Me, I stood 10 T's and accepted the mission because I much rather death than submission.
Now, these bars from the song Make Them Pay are very telling. I stood 10 toes. I accepted the mission because I'd much rather death than submission.
Yeah, we talked about this
Obviously, at this point, everyone knows about J. Cole's infamous apology to Kendrick Lamar on stage at his concert.
How many people think Kendrick Lamar is one of the greatest to ever touch microphone? That was the lamest, goofiest shit, and it made me feel like 10 years ago.
He backs out of the battle. He takes back his diss record. He deletes his diss record from the Might Delete Later album. Drake calls that submission. Drake says, hell, I would rather get my head taken off by Kendrick Lamar than submit in a battle to him.
How can you press the ignition and let some memories of the past affect your decision?
So Drake is calling it out. J. Cole, you stepped on the ignition. You pressed the ignition with the 7-minute drill record, dissing Kendrick Lamar, but then you backed out. Because you have memories of the past with Kendrick Lamar and all this good stuff, you let those memories affect your decision and pump the brakes on what you already had, what we already had planned.
I love you because of the history, but if we being real, I could never forgive you.
I could never forgive you. So this is a little bit scathing because J. Cole is doing all these interviews after the Fall Off dropped, talking about how he still loves Drake. I mean, he wants to be friends.
He was like, yo, I didn't want to come down there and put you in a situation on that stage and say some shit that you would have to stand behind. And I'm like, thank you. Thank God that you did it.
Yo, even Drake was lying to this nigga, man. Nigga ain't want to come down there to put you in no type of position. Pause, nigga. He just knew you was a bitch ass nigga, so he's just like, man, I'm good.
because it left the space for me to receive what I was supposed to do.
J. Cole is still keeping a very friendly frame with Drake. He's not saying really anything to diss him in these interviews.
Nigga, if you think J. Cole's scared of Kendrick, nigga, he's terrified of Drake. That's a fact. He's terrified of Drake.
At least, in case they be friends again. He's leaving that door open. Drake flat out says, I would never forgive you.
And you never called me back, but destiny's written.
So this kind of corroborates what Maul was saying.
Tell the world why you had that conversation with Kendrick and then you never spoke to Drake again. Till this day has never spoken.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, I heard he talked to Kendrick. So you have J. Cole who talked to Kendrick at some point, right? And at some point that conversation, he's like, oh, where's y'all about to Swiss cheese the car? All right, bet. I'm going to tell him to pull me over at the gas station. And then I'm going to be like, yo, my mama called me. I got a dip. And then y'all could shoot up their car and kill them. And then we could be friends afterwards. Okay, Kendrick?
Spoke to Drake again.
Based on what Maul from the Rory and Maul podcast said, and based on what Drake is saying, there was some phone call that Drake sent to J. Cole that never got responded to. And that seems to be a big issue of why Drake is...
I don't know if Drake really reached out like that. Like, I don't think, J. Cole is a liar like that too. But, bro, if you talk to the op, if the op dissed both of us, and you talk to the op, you don't at least let me know what's popping. Like, nigga, you don't just, like, start sucking his dick and, like, backing out the beef. Like, bro...
pissed at him.
Fuck a big three anyway. There was too many chefs in the kitchen. It was a mess to begin with.
So we've come full 360.
By the way, is this nigga gonna get to the Jay-Z ones? Yo, I've never seen hip hop media this quiet. Yo, Drake called Jay-Z all type of weirdo, creep, Epstein file, harborer. Like, he basically said all the weird shit that we've been hearing about Jay-Z. Not one person covered that. It was like niggas ain't hear them bars. It was like, what? That's crazy, huh? They covering the A$AP Rocky diss. Talking about, be like, what's the name of that song? Be like, where is she now or whatever? Like, they talking about every diss but the Jay-Z diss. Nigga, so y'all ain't hear him basically diss up Jay-Z? Basically saying, yo, Jay-Z's a weird motherfucker? Y'all ain't hear that? Nobody want to talk about it. That's how I know Jay-Z be dispatching these niggas, bro.
Whole catalyst of this Kendrick and Drake beef was Kendrick going on the Future song like that.
Motherfucker, the big three. Nigga, it's just big me.
We've come full circle. And now Drake has realized, yeah, Kendrick was right. F the big three. It was a mess anyways, man. Drake also jabs at J. Cole by saying,
I could have fell back like the married rapper, but we engaged. I told y'all I'm settled in my evil ways.
It's basically saying we engaged in the battle with Kendrick, whereas J. Cole, who was the married rapper here, fell back. We know this is about J. Cole because in the very next bar, Drake says,
I told y'all I'm settled in my evil ways.
I'm settled in my evil ways. Drake and J. Cole have a song together called Evil Ways.
I'm the golden goose shaking things up at Lucian's house.
So this is a more subtle shot at J. Cole. Drake says, I'm the golden goose. I'm shaking things up at Lucian's house. On J. Cole's recent mixtape, Birthday Blizzard, he had a line that seemed directed at Drake where he says,
for crumbs, dumb niggas so they sold a Lucian.
So the song is called Golden Goose, and the line itself is about Lucian Grange. And we have Drake here reaffirming, yeah, I'm the golden goose, and mentioning Lucian Grange in that same bar. Now, A$AP Rocky has been catching nasty strays from Drake. Like,
we sharing women that are already at the height of my success.
So Drake just continually holds the fact that he and Rihanna had a thing over A$AP Rocky's head. Obviously, A$AP Rocky and Rihanna, they are an item currently, but Drake just kind of seems to keep holding that over his head because A$AP Rocky often will bring up the fact that he had a thing with Drake's baby mom.
Smash before you birth, son. Flacco hit it first, son.
It was like these two guys have history with each other's baby moms in the past, and they just keep taunting each other over it.
Yo, baby mama ain't even post a single damn.
So Burning Bridges is essentially just an entire A$AP Rocky diss. The whole song seems to be about, yo, A$AP Rocky, I don't like you, but I'm never burning bridges with your baby mom, Rihanna.
But I still got love for your missus and a sister. We can't burn them bridges.
Like, he's like leaving a door open for Rihanna. It's pretty damn cryptic, like, I still love your baby moms and all this. And Drake opens the verse by telling A$AP Rocky, hey, look in the mirror and see what talking gets you. So basically Drake is saying like, yo, you need to stop talking about me. You got cut up.
Oh. Does Drake hate ASAP like that? I never thought it was. I know they're like going at it over women, but yo, to kind of bring up the fact that he got cut is crazy, huh?
Stabbed last time he was talking about somebody, so maybe you should just chill.
You saw my brother, you was trying to fix it. Now you drop your album and you back dissing.
You know, ASAP Rocky.
Oh, that was all ASAP? Rocky.
He and Rihanna had a thing over ASAP Rocky's head. Obviously, ASAP Rocky and Rihanna
I'm about to get some more
item
liquor.
currently, but Drake just kind of seems to keep holding that over his head because ASAP Rocky often will bring up the fact that he had a thing with Drake's baby mom.
Smash before you birth, son. Flacco hit it first, son.
It was like these two guys have history with each other's baby moms in the past, and they just keep taunting each other over it.
Your baby mama ain't even post a single damn.
So Burning Bridges
Where's
is
she
essentially
at?
just an entire ASAP Rocky diss. The whole song seems to be about, yo, ASAP Rocky, I don't like you, but I'm never burning bridges with your baby mom, Rihanna.
But I still got love for your missus and a sister. We can't burn them bridges.
Like he's like leaving a door open for Rihanna. It's pretty damn cryptic, like I still love your baby moms and all this. And Drake opens the verse by telling ASAP Rocky, hey, look in the mirror and see what talking gets you. So basically Drake is saying like, yo, you need to stop talking about me. You got cut up, stabbed last time you was talking about somebody. So maybe you should just chill.
You saw my brother, you was trying to fix it. Now you drop your album and you back dissing.
You know, ASAP Rocky dropped an album earlier this year. There were a couple bars on ASAP Rocky's Don't Be Dumb album that could be construed as disses to Drake.
Who's Rihanna's sister? No, Rihanna's sister. Drake parties with Rihanna's sister? Who's his sister? Who's Rihanna's sister? Oh, he's talking about Melissa.
Oh, no way. Love for, and a lot of respect. It's somebody's birthday today. Oh, no way. Love for, and a lot of respect for. Oh, no. So, Rihanna.
Want you to make me feel. Catering is from Giorgio Bardi, Robin's favorite.
Where I don't have the fairy tale like, oh, Drake started a family with Rihanna and like this is like so perfect. Or like, you know, Drake, yeah, it's like it looks so good on paper.
I
like
wanted that too.
Well, I mean,
and
of
I
course.
didn't get it too.
By the way, I wanted that too.
All who have love for Rihanna. You've been missing since 2016. Squid tell me one fix this.
Say hi, Em.
Plus you get more paper than I do. That shit attractive. Things that make me miss you. With Jen and Melissa.
Yeah, Melissa. Oh, he says it in this song. I wish he'd have used the song, but somebody leaked it.
Shit attractive. Missing since 2016. Squid tell me one fix this.
Say hi, Em.
Plus you get more paper than I do. That shit attractive. Things that make me miss you. With Jen and Melissa.
Say hi, Em.
Working on me. I know you're not happy, girl. Everybody know. I see it in your boyfriend eyes at the show. Don't tell me let it go.
I can't believe I let this girl talk about me like this, like publicly.
Oh,
like,
God.
I had to really take that in. Like, I was like, damn, like we were really so locked in, and like you went in this interview and spoke about it like it was nothing. Thank God I didn't like blindly invest my like life and energy and time into that, and then I'm cooked.
Yeah,
you know. And I like, you know, I got a kid with this person who I can tell via like article text doesn't fuck with me like that.
Oh shit, this is like a super cut.
Word to M Dollar, she the only one could maybe save it. Should've hit you first, but since you know about the shit, I take it.
M Dollar is known as Melissa Ford, who is one of Rihanna's closest friends.
Wait, Melissa Ford? I thought it was another Melissa. What? Wait, Melissa's Melissa Ford?
This was average with you.
I thought there was another Melissa. Let me see. Rihanna friend Melissa. Oh, this is another. Oh, I thought the one that was on the Joe Budden podcast. Okay, so this is the Melissa. Oh, okay. I was like, yo, what the fuck does Melissa Ford got? Okay. This is a different Melissa, but her name's Melissa Ford too, but Ford with the E supposedly.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm anti cause I had it with you.
Time into that, and then I'm cooked.
Yeah.
You know, and I got a kid with this person who I can tell via like article text doesn't fuck with me like that.
And the sex was average with you. Yeah, I'm anti cause I had it with you.
Word to M Dollar, she the only one could maybe save it. Should've hit you first, but since you know about the shit, I take it.
M Dollar is known as Melissa Ford, who is one of Rihanna's closest friends.
Drawing conclusions like you got a Parsons degree or something.
Definitely a shot at Rihanna, as she did receive an honorary degree from Parsons School of Design.
Parsons, thank you so much.
Time for me to cover the shark.
You know I can't say this words. I can't do this anymore. Process. I used to watch Harry Potter. That's how Harry Potter spelled. I don't sing this song anymore. You can sing it for me.
Spring, if this a good idea, the next time you cuddle in a bed again.
I want everybody to say their worst ex's name. 1, 2, 3.
Then work. Yo, baby mama ain't even post a single. Damn, where she at?
Okay, there we go. Very interesting. Okay.
So I stole your bitch.
Drake is basically like, yeah, I caught that. And you want to put a little couple diss bars in here? Well, I got a song for you and your chick right here.
Fucking power couples up.
I'm effing up power couples. So that's from the song Too Hard from the Radio. This could apply to either A$AP Rocky or Pusha T. It's that last bar that has me thinking that it's more so about Pusha T.
Yeah, some of the stuff is muted because I think copyright.
And like, yo, your name was redacted, which Pusha T was briefly mentioned in that whole fiasco, right?
Nigga, KYSASAP. That's some shit that you could do for me.
I mean, this one is just pretty self-explanatory. KYSASAP. Yourself, ASAP. Do I even need to break this down? So this is from the song Firm Friends.
I did not break up a happy home, baby. You pulled up on me.
He says, I did not break up a happy home. Girl, you came to me.
Tell him why you really hate me and what year did she date me.
So again, to me, this just appears to be Drake mocking A$AP Rocky, saying the same thing virtually that they've been saying back and forth to each other. Hey, I slept with your baby mom before you did. Oh, well, I slept with your baby mom before you did. So LeBron James actually catches a good amount of strays on Iceman simply for appearing at Kendrick Lamar's pop-out show where Kendrick Lamar performed Not Like Us, 5-6 times. Drake did not take kindly to that.
Don't be suddenly eager to hit me up and have no discussions either.
Don't make us hit another buzzer beater, and don't be suddenly eager to hit me up and have no discussions either. So this could apply to either LeBron James or DeMar DeRozan, who both caught strays for the same reason, appearing at Kendrick Lamar's pop-out show.
I saw bro end up pop out with Denver and Brian Gangsta's headlines.
So this bar from What Did I Miss? It just presses on Drake's actual issue of these guys showing up at the pop-out show, whether it's LeBron James or DeMar DeRozan. He didn't take kindly to that. He feels they shouldn't have shown up at all. Obviously, Drake feels like he and LeBron and he and DeMar DeRozan's relationships were stronger friendships to where they wouldn't even consider doing something like that.
I shouldn't even be shocked to see you in that arena. You always made your career off of switching teams up.
I think this is a great diss also. I shouldn't be shocked to see you in that pop-out arena because you made your career off switching teams up. So we know that LeBron James, he infamously left the Cleveland Cavaliers to join the Miami Heat to win the championship. Then he left the Heat to go back to the Cavaliers. Then he left the Cavs again to go to the Lakers. So Drake is like, hey, I'm not surprised you switched up on me. You've been switching up your entire NBA career.
Please stop asking about what's going on with 23andMe. I'm a real nigga and he's not.
I do like this 23andMe bar.
It's in my DNA.
That's fire.
23andMe, they're like a DNA company. Drake ties the bar together by saying like, yo, LeBron, he's not real. I'm real. It's in my DNA. What happened between 23andMe? LeBron James wears the number 23. And DeMar DeRozan actually gets a huge brunt of disses on the song National Treasures.
Send him a sack 'cause I wanted you shipped to the king.
So DeMar DeRozan currently plays in Sacramento for the Kings. So that's the sack and the king reference there. Double entendre.
We must have been dealing in spur of the moment. 'Cause why did we think you could get us a ring?
We must have been dealing in spur of the moment. Because why did we think you could get us a ring? So this is some NBA talk. DeMar DeRozan used to play for the Toronto Raptors. They were good, but not great. They never won a championship with DeMar DeRozan on the team. It was only after the Toronto Raptors shipped DeMar DeRozan away and picked up Kawhi Leonard that they won a championship.
The Toronto Raptors are a college sports team, I promise you. I love this team, and we're going to the NBA Finals. Let's go!
G-Pop sent us a real one from Dago, and next thing we knew we was doing parades.
G-Pop sent us a real one from Dago. G-Pop is the coach of the Spurs, who Drake mentions earlier in the verse. The real one from Dago is Kawhi Leonard, who I mentioned earlier. And the next thing we know, we was doing parades. So yeah, Drake is talking about DeRozan, you wasn't that good. Once we traded you for Kawhi Leonard, we immediately won a championship. You're a bum. That's basically what he's saying here.
Go to the hotel right after your game. Don't stick around in the 6.
Now these are a little bit cryptic bars. He's saying go to the hotel right after your game. Don't stick around the 6. So there was that time where DeMar DeRozan returned to Toronto and Drake was there.
Yes, if you ever put a DeRozan banner up, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. That's the answer to your question.
It seems that Drake is hinting at, yo, you should not come outside in Toronto. I've got something planned for you. Right after your game, go straight to the hotel. And after you leave your hotel, go straight to the airport like Kendrick did. Do not stick around. Even Jay-Z called some strays on this Iceman album.
My niggas run the phone soon as you check in a prison.
So this is from the song Make Them Pay.
Your niggas run and talk the whole for a second opinion.
Drake is saying like, yo, my guys are thoroughbreds. When my guys go to prison, they run the phones, they run the TVs. Basically, they're those guys in prison. They're leaders in prison. Meanwhile, your guys are asking Jay-Z for second opinions. So he's looking at Jay-Z like your opinion isn't worth anything. Like, why would you ask Jay-Z for his opinion on stuff? My guys are leaders. My guys do this. Your guys is getting advice from Jay-Z. He's looking at Jay-Z like he's a peon.
I take 500K, not a dinner. I never could learn from none of y'all.
And that's echoed by this bar from Whisper My Name where Drake says, yo, I'll take 500K over to dinner with Jay-Z. Because, you know, there's a whole meme that people used to say, yo, would you take $500,000 or would you take dinner with Jay-Z? And then some people for real seriously would answer, well, I'll take dinner with Jay-Z over $500,000. If I have dinner with Jay-Z, I can ask him about business. I can pick his brain about business. People used to say this. So Drake is playing off of that meme like, yo, I'm taking $500,000 over dinner with Jay-Z because Jay-Z can't teach me nothing. And there's also the island hopping bar from Too Hard for the Radio.
Damn, y'all was really island hopping back then. Huh, now your names got redacted.
That we mentioned earlier. That I think could be about Pusha T or Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Their names were kind of surrounding the Epstein files. So yeah, Pusha T, the Clips, they infamously had to buy their way out of their record deal.
Difference between niggas getting you out of your deal and letting you out of your deal.
No, he had to pay. He had to pay.
Meanwhile, Drake is getting out of his record deal by, I guess, dropping albums, suing the label. Drake saying like, yo, there's a difference. I'm getting out of my deal. They are letting you out of your deal. There's a difference.
Against your will, how many new names do you got on your will?
Against your will, how many new names you got on your will? So I think this could apply to Kendrick also, as it does either Pusha T or Kendrick. Drake is talking about extortion to a degree. You know, Kendrick left the TDE deal and went to PG Lane, but then the Clips also spoke about getting out of their deal. So that's why I think it could apply to either Kendrick or the Clips. So what Drake is hinting at is, like, what did you have to do to get out of that deal? For real, for real. Did you have to add one of them guys, one of them executives to your will? Do they get points on your next couple albums? Like what was the deal y'all struck up? Because I'm sure it was terrible.
I got all the chains that they ever repped in Virginia.
So this one is a shot at Pharrell.
Possessions. I get possessive with niggas.
Drake has a bunch of Pharrell chains that he bought in an auction. Drake has been trying to mock Pharrell with these chains. I mean, Pharrell put the chains up for auction. He didn't want them anymore. Drake thinks it's a thing to mock Pharrell. Like, yeah, I bought your chains. I got your prized possessions.
I got niggas prized possessions. I get possessive on niggas.
This is from the song Firm Friends.
I know niggas going crazy as I cop all the items you niggas put up for sale.
And here, Drake is continuing to talk about those items that he bought at an auction.
Hold on, chat. I gotta go grab my I ordered Chipotle. Yo, we've been on for 6 hours. My shit only show. Oh, the stream cut a couple times. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just grab food. I'm coming back.
You know, I think if I put items up for auction, I would be happy that we had a buyer. But I guess Drake is thinking of it like, I'm the last person they would want to have their chains that they put on for auction. Personally, I think they're happy that someone bought it. I think Kanye West caught a couple of strays on Iceman also.
If I'm lying, I'm flying economy. I bet I know who I see.
He said, if I'm lying, I'm flying. So that's a play on the phrase, oh, if I'm lying, I'm dying. But then some people say, oh, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Drake takes it another step and says, yo, if I'm lying, I'm flying economy. Basically saying, yo, I never fly economy. I'm a business class dude. I'm a private jet, first class dude. He's taking jabs at Kanye West, who was allegedly seen flying economy with his girlfriend, Bianca. And on the song Ran to Atlanta.
All you boys losing it and you need to take meds.
meds, hey.
Drake says, yo, you boys need to take your meds. Who is the rapper that's famously on medications? I'm sure a lot of people are on medications. There's a lot of mental health issues going around. But Kanye West is kind of the one who's taking that mantle. Like, yo, I'm bipolar, this and that. Drake is like, bro, he needs to take his meds. Tell him to stop talking about me. The Weeknd has actually been in Drake's crosshairs for a while.
Boy, better be ready and able, I'm coming.
On the song Plot Twist, Drake seems to be describing this very cryptic, very dark event that happened where he and his team approached somebody and things happen, right? But in this song specifically, Drake says, you better be ready and able because I'm coming. The Weeknd's real name is what? Abel Tesfaye. So Playboi Carti also caught a stray, which could be connected to The Weeknd.
Baby boy, please. I heard what you said to little bro about me.
Why does Drake say baby boy? It's rumored that Playboi Carti's next album will be titled Baby Boy. So he's directly referencing Playboi Carti.
And when you run into the ice, man, what you gonna do except freeze?
Playboi Carti is in Drake's crosshairs. Why? He and Drake had worked together in the past, but then here comes Playboi Carti on his last album.
I don't know. Was that a Carti shot for real?
I heard what you said to little bro about me.
Why does Drake say baby boy? It's rumored that Playboi Carti's next album will be titled Baby Boy. So he's directly referencing Playboi Carti.
And when you run into the ice, man, what you gonna do except freeze?
Playboi Carti is in Drake's crosshairs. Why? He and Drake had worked together in the past, but then here comes Playboi Carti on his last album, Music. He's got 3 Kendrick Lamar features on it. So anyone that was remotely linked to Kendrick is catching strays, except Future, right? This is the one person, I guess, that Drake doesn't want to fall out with.
You're not about to squeeze. You're not in the streets.
So I know a lot of people love Playboi Carti. They love his music. Drake just looks at him like a peon. You're not from the streets. When you run into me, you aren't going to do anything. You don't know how to shoot a gun.
Now, hold on now. Can't tell my Playboi Carti like that. Not Cash Carti. Not Cash Carti now.
Playboi Carti on his last album, Music. He's got 3.
I heard what you said to little.
On the song Plot Twist, Drake seems to be describing this very cryptic, very dark event that happened where he and his team approached somebody and things happen, right? But in this song specifically, Drake says, you better be ready and able because I'm coming. The Weeknd's real name is what? Abel Tesfaye. So Playboi Carti also caught a stray, which could be connected to The Weeknd.
Baby boy, please. I heard what you said to little bro about me.
Why does Drake say baby boy? It's rumored that Playboi Carti's next album will be titled Baby Boy. So he's directly referencing Playboi Carti.
And when you run into the ice, man, what you gonna do except freeze?
Playboi Carti is in Drake's crosshairs. Why? He and Drake had worked together in the past, but then here comes Playboi Carti on his last album, Music. He's got 3 Kendrick Lamar features.
Oh, so every time he says like little bro, he's talking to Kendrick? Yeah, pretty much Kendrick executive producer, basically. Carti's album. I heard what you said to little bro about me. Oh.
On it. So anyone that was remotely linked to Kendrick is catching strays, except Future, right? This is the one person, I guess, that Drake doesn't want to fall out with.
You're not about to squeeze. You're not in the streets.
So I know a lot of people love Playboi Carti. They love his music. Drake just looks at him like a peon. You're not from the streets. When you run into me, you aren't going to do anything. You don't know how to shoot a gun. You're not about that life.
Dog, I was Aiden Ross with streams before Aiden Ross had ever streamed.
I was Aiden Ross with streams before Aiden Ross ever streamed. So yeah, Aiden Ross is one of the most popular streamers, but it's a play on words. I was aiding Rick Ross with streams. Drake is basically referencing all the songs, all the hit records that he has with Rick Ross. I was helping you out with your records before Aiden Ross had ever streamed. This is just a nice little play on words. Rick Ross also gets dissed on What Did I Miss?
Get punched in the face with some TLC on a dead guy.
So there was that situation where Rick Ross got punched out. I mean, this is right after his diss record towards Drake.
Some TLC, cause my gonna need a chili ice pack for your left eye.
Drake makes a TLC reference. You're gonna need a chili ice pack for your left eye. You know, Chili from TLC, Lisa Left Eye Lopez. DJ Khaled, of all people, catches a stray just for remaining silent.
And Khaled, you know what I mean. The beef was fully live. You went halal and got on your dean.
Just for not coming to Drake's help during a battle. Now, obviously, Khaled is very close with Rick Ross, but Khaled catches a very personal stray.
And your people are still waiting for a free Palestine.
So to understand this diss, you have to keep in mind that Drake is Jewish and DJ Khaled is Palestinian.
But apparently everything is in black and white and red and green.
And just understand the situation going on in that region. Drake says the beef was live. I was battling with Kendrick, but Khaled, you chose to go halal. Like basically you don't want no beef. Drake takes it further, like, hey, we never heard you say free Palestine, DJ Khaled. Your people are still waiting on you to say free Palestine. But I guess for you, it's not that important. It is a very personal diss considering what's going on in that region, and also considering the context of Drake being Jewish and Khaled being Palestinian. Probably one of the more personal shots on this entire album. DJ Mustard even caught a stray on the song Too Hard for the Radio.
Must've heard about us, gotta catch up to the slaps. Yeah, ain't had one since me and YG rap.
He says, Mustard ain't had a hit since me and YG rapped. So Drake is referencing his song Who Do You Love? YG featuring Drake, produced by DJ Mustard, and it was a hit record.
Rack City, bitch, we remember that. Damn, you should try and get back to that.
He's saying like, yo, Rack City, remember those songs, Mustard, that you did 10, 15 years ago?
Didn't Mustard do Not Like Us? That was confusing.
You should get back to making songs like that because you don't have any hits recently. DJ Mustard is catching a stray because he produced Not Like Us. Dr. Dre even catches a stray because he was at the Pop Out show and he helped Kendrick Lamar open the song Not Like Us.
If Drake took out the AK, maybe he'd be in jail, just based off the name that it spells.
Drake is looking at Dr. Dre and Kendrick like, hey, how are y'all accusing me of evil acts when you got Dr. Dre on stage with you, who has been accused of many more evil acts?
Heard they got special places in hell for niggas joking about evil when they did it themselves.
And he picked me up, lifted me up off the ground. By your hair? By my hair. Slammed me up against a brick wall. He continued to assault me in the women's restroom. You sexually assaulted? I'm not comfortable talking about everything right now.
He's trying to point out this hypocrisy with quote unquote that side. Lucian Grange, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar. And lastly, Joe Budden catches a nasty stray.
Who knows which one of his bubble-shaped things I must have ushered through the double gates.
Drake and Joe Budden have this thing where they date the same girls, or Drake is cracking the girls that Joe Budden is talking to. And over the years, Drake just taunts.
Yo, is Tahiri going to ever talk about this, man? How you leave my man Joey and go swim with dolphins with Drake, man? The hell going on?
Joe Budden about it. He's like mocking him.
Showed her the time of a life while broski having stomach aches, hearing about good times at Lovers Lake.
Like, yo, I had your girl out there swimming with dolphins. She was having a time of her life. Meanwhile, you back in Newark, New Jersey, sick, stomach aches.
And send her back to you while you sleepwalking naked in another state.
He mentions Joe Budden's sleepwalking incident. I'll let Joe Budden speak on that himself.
That's the door that I decided to sleepwalk butt-ass naked.
You'll let us see another day. And even if you don't, it's just another day.
Then he goes on to basically say, Joe Budden, your life is completely worthless. This whole little scheme is set up by Drake saying like, yo, I had your girl. We was loving on each other. You was sick. Then he goes, but it's okay. You'll live to see another day, though. But even if you don't live to see another day, it's just another day. No one would even care if you died. It's crazy unnecessarily mean, right? But yeah, anyway, those are all the shots on the Iceman album. Let me know if I missed any. What were your favorite shots? I think my favorite shot was actually the Muggsy Bogues Kendrick diss. And then I want to like the Khaled diss, but I just feel it was so extra. Like, we don't got to bring the Palestinians into this, man. And I don't even remember what DJ Khaled did to Drake. Like, did he actually do anything, or was it?
Yeah, we got that already. All right, man. But